So, welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about a very stupid topic, not going to lie. Today, we're going to be talking about the Odd Ones Out and the whole situation with him firing all of his editors, the people that make the animations for his videos. Now, if you're someone that doesn't know who the Odd Ones Out is, the Odd Ones Out, also known as James, is a animation channel here on YouTube with millions of subscribers, okay? Back in 2018, when he really started to pop off, he was one of the biggest channels that you probably could have found on YouTube. And today, this is the first time that well, not really an animation channel, but just James himself has been in a controversy. And the thing is, this is going to sound very, very stupid to you guys, okay? But before we get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that, hey, if you're looking for an in-depth video about what has actually happened and what's been going on, like detail by detail, text by text, Twitter post by Twitter post, this video is not for you, okay? I'm going to briefly go over this because I just thought it was really funny that what happened actually happened. So let me break it down for you. James has fired almost all of the people that make the animations for his YouTube channel. Now, for whatever reason he has decided to do this, we don't exactly know why, but he decided to cut off almost 90% of his animators. Now, a lot of people are speculating that the reason why he did this is because one is he can save more money if he just does it by himself, and two, he can just focus on making the quality content that he wants to make instead of giving out projects to other people like freelancers. That's actually very important that we talk about freelancing because, like I said, it's a very stupid situation. But yeah, so he would basically, like the speculation right now is the reason for why he fired them is one, cutting costs, number two, creating better content, because we found out that just, I think last year, he only uploaded 3 videos in the entire year. So I want you to really imagine what that's actually doing, right? Imagine uploading only 3 videos out of 365 days in a year on YouTube. It doesn't really do anything for you, right? Like the amount of money that you're making is like, I'm not gonna, like, even for a channel his size, it's not gonna be that much, right? So just looking at it from like a business standpoint, it's just better to be able to create faster videos with, better scripts and not that much good animation rather than have work on the animation all the time and not working on the content itself, right? Now, a lot of these animators that have been fired from James have said that this is something that they didn't expect. Like it came out of nowhere, right? Like they didn't have any type of heads up or any type of notice beforehand. And another thing that these people that got fired were complaining about is that only a few people out of the entire animator group got a severance pay, which basically means, hey, you're leaving this job. I'm going to reimburse you for the next 3, 6 months, wherever it might be, right? And only a couple of them, like 3 to 5, apparently got the severance. But the thing about that is you only get severance if, like I said, you are a full-time working creator, right? And most of these animators that were working for James ended up doing a lot of freelance work. If you don't know what freelancing is, a freelancer is someone that works on a project from job to job, right? It's not really like I've hired you. It's kind of just, I want you to work on this specific project and then I'm going to pay you for this project. The next project isn't lined up and is not guaranteed because, like I said, I only need you for this project right now, but we'll see how things go. Maybe I'll need you in the future for like future job, future projects and animations. So that's where the controversy kind of goes. And a lot of people have like a conflicted view on this, right? Some people think that, hey, these people have been constantly working with James and they were like basically thinking that they were full-time creators and working under James. So they should have got a severance pay or at least should have been like warned about it, like 2 weeks notice, rather than it just being so abrupt, right? But these guys were not full-time creators, at least not most of them, right? A handful of them were full-time, but most of the animators that are working for James ended up just being freelancers. And like I said, freelancing work comes and goes. You don't really know if there's something lined up. And most importantly, the person who hired you for freelancing work, they don't necessarily have to make you get a job right after the one that you finish, right? They don't have to give you more projects. They don't have to give you a severance pay because even to me, like if I'm hiring someone for one specific thing, right? And then I, have a different project lined up and this person didn't do that good of a job, I would just hire someone else for that project, right? Like that's what freelancing is. I'm not hiring you because I want to see how good you are and how professional you are. I kind of just need this job done and then I'm over with it. So a lot of people were complaining that, hey, we didn't get severance pay. Like, hey, we didn't get 2 weeks notice. Like it just happened out of nowhere. But then again, you guys are freelancers who do freelance work. Now, it'd be different if James said to all these people, hey, I'm hiring all of you guys full time. I'm going to give you a full time pay, a full time salary, and that's how this is going to work. Right. That would be different because then they'd be like, okay, this guy said I'm working under him full time. I was getting like paid every single 2 weeks. Right. That would be a little bit different. But since he just hired these animators, I don't think that they can necessarily complain because, like I said, you should be grateful that someone, especially as big as him, is giving you this opportunity to work, learn, and go and create your own content from this, right? Imagine if a bigger YouTuber gives you the chance that, hey, I see that you're a small creator. Let me show you how I do my work and how I make my videos. So that way you can copy me and eventually you can branch off and you can do your own entire thing, right? But like I said, I just want you to see how I'm doing these projects. You're not going to be working for under me for the next year. I just want you to get a chance, see how I do my things, and then you can learn from them, right? Like it kind of makes sense on that like standpoint, which is why I completely agree with the odd ones out. And a lot of people actually agree with me as well. If you hire freelancers, you can fire them anytime for whatever reason, right? Like I said, your job as a freelancer is to finish the project which is given to you. The next project is not guaranteed. And for that reason, you can't expect severance pay. You cannot expect someone to be like, okay, I might give you 2 weeks, right? Because it's just not something that's in the book of freelancing, right? Now, the odd ones out actually made a full Twitter post talking about this entire situation where he went over that, hey, I did give some people severances. I did, I didn't really give them uh I didn't really give them like a 2 weeks notice. Like he talks about this, right? And it was a very professional way that I feel like he should have done it. Like from a business standpoint, this was actually amazing. Being able to clear all these points one by one, just so people don't get like the wrong understanding of it or, miscommunicate something that he might actually want to say. I feel like it's a very good thing. And after this entire situation, I genuinely feel like most people with a brain would genuinely agree with everyone else about the whole freelance thing. But yeah, my name is Kyle the Conqueror. Join the conquest, like and subscribe. Peace out.